Hello everybody, Gatling Golduck back again for some more Steven Universe Future coverage. Y'all already know how it works by now. I'm going to be going over the next two episodes and sort of pausing it and going over the scene's format. And unfortunately for me, Amethyst only shows up in these two episodes for like 5 seconds. So there ain't going to be none of that good stuff in these episodes, guys. So here we go, on to Steven Universe Future episodes 3 and 4. I hope you guys enjoy. Steven Universe Future, Episode 3, Rosebuds. Oh, God, the human zoo. Remember that thing? Remember that really disturbing concept to think about in practice? The fact that the Diamonds abducted a bunch of humans and put them into a zoo, basically taking a primal species away from its planet and locking them in a habitat that is fully automated and doesn't understand their species, so that they eventually... goodness knows what happened to them for those hundreds upon thousands of years that they were in there. And then these humans are stuck in that zoo, unaware of what's going on in the outside world and completely living lives of drones, basically. Yeah, the human zoo is an extremely disturbing concept to think about, but let's not forget the fact... real quick, because this isn't exactly a problem with this episode in particular, but it's a problem with the series as a whole, because it's established that the human zoo was made for Pink Diamond, right? And then they mention the human zoo when they go to visit it, and Garnet or Pearl says that they couldn't find it. Why wouldn't Rose Quartz, who is Pink Diamond, not know where the human zoo is? It was made for her. Why wouldn't she know where it was? So that only leaves the one answer to that question being, because it was made for her, so it wouldn't make sense that she didn't know where it was. So Pink Diamond knew where the human zoo was and didn't do anything about it. She just let all these humans stay in captivity for those thousands of years and did nothing about it. She just let them stay in captivity, basically a bunch of animals being trapped out there in space. Yeah, that's messed up. It's just a messed up concept on its own. It's even more messed up that Pink did nothing about it. This is why I honestly think that they didn't think this far ahead when they made the Pink Diamond plot twist. Pearl's character development meaning nothing and the human zoo plot twist. Yeah, they really didn't think about these things in practice. It's just, and also, once we get onto the next episode, there will be another point where I'll get to where we'll discuss more of there not being enough thought put into the idea of Pink being Rose, because they really didn't plan this one out, because the repercussions for that plot twist are absurd. And this is just one of them. I've gone over a few more of them, and I'll keep going over them as this series goes on, because Steven Universe Future wants to make it clear that we fucking hate Pink Diamond now because she's a horrible scummy person, and we don't like her anymore. We don't like her anymore. Spent the first 5 seasons saying that Rose Quartz was a saint, and now we hate her. Thanks for wasting my time. And you know what? I just realized, doesn't Steven Universe Future take place like 2 years after the end of season 5? So the human zoo has still been just sitting out there in space for the last 2 years? For 2 years. It's just been sitting there? Are you kidding me? They just didn't do anything about it, out that knowledge for 2 years. Not even Steven. None of the Crystal Gems did anything about the human zoo when the Diamonds were practically at Steven's beck and call at this point for 2 years. Are you joking right now? Why are the characters in this show idiots? Y'all remember what I said like a year or so ago in my season finale rant about the Diamonds still being in a position of power on Homeworld and them still being the intimidating force to their people? Look at Holly Blue. She's doing the Diamond salute after talking about how all the Diamonds talk about is Steven, and she looks nervous. Yeah. The Diamonds are still in a position of power on Homeworld, and they are still an intimidating force to their people. If they're so scared to step out of line because of the diamonds now. The same went for Jasper a while back in the season finale, because as soon as she saw the diamonds were all buddy-buddy with the crystal gems, instead of going to fight Steven, she backed off. And now Holly Blue is talking about how she wishes she could get an order from the diamonds, but all they talk about now is Steven. And as soon as she sees Steven, she backs off and does the diamond salute. This is a problem. This is why the diamonds being forgiven and being redeemed does not work. One of the several reasons, as a matter of fact, because their subjects still fear them. They are still tyrants, emotionally unstable beings with immense power, because they are, without question, some of the most powerful characters in this entire series. They are horrifying to gems beneath them. And it's just, they need to be dethroned. That's what they need to be. If they're not going to be executed, they need to step down. That's what needs to happen, so that the gems can truly be free. That was the mission that the crystal gems set out for to begin with. That was the point. Freedom for gems to decide who they want to be. And with the diamonds still on the throne, they can't do that because they're horrified. God, I hate the diamonds so much. I hate that season finale so much. Good Lord, I just realized that this episode is already terrible and we haven't even gotten to the main plot of it. Here we go. This episode's gonna be great, I can tell. Alright, can we just remember for a minute the reason why the rose quartzes were bubbled? The rose quartzes were bubbled by the diamonds. I'm trying to remember, because they were preserved or something? Because they belonged to Pink, so they were like either they were keeping them they were keeping them alive, if I'm remembering correctly. And I'd like to point out something real quick. This was supposed to come up in the next episode, but it's relevant here. Can other rose quartzes heal? Do other rose quartzes have that power? Can other rose quartzes hover? Do other rose quartzes heal? Because Eyeball, in the episode where she and Steven are like drifting out in space, Eyeball mentions that Homeworld knew about rose quartz's healing powers. They were aware of that. That's how they kept their army going. So, Homeworld had their own rose quartzes. The diamonds had the rose quartzes bottled up right here in the zoo for some reason. But do other rose quartzes heal? Because if not, then how did the diamonds not put two and two together that Pink would be rose quartz? How could they not figure that out? Because if rose quartzes can't heal, then that would mean via process of elimination, there's only one other gem type that can heal, because Pearl says in the next episode, Rose was a healer, or Pink was a healer. So this was common knowledge. So did they not figure this out? How could they not figure this out? Are the diamonds just stupid? And this is what I meant when I said that I would get to another point later where it feels like they really didn't think out the plot twist that rose quartz was pink diamond. Because things like this, plot holes like this, gaps in reasoning like this, that make the twist not make any sense. Honestly, can we get some foresight in this show, please? Can we think ahead? Why would a gem offer to give another gem a massage? They don't have muscles. Or do they? Because their bodies are made out of light. But they cry. And they can eat. And according to Amethyst, they can use the bathroom. And they can give birth. And now they're offering to give Garnet a massage. So do they have muscle constructs of light inside of their bodies? Because if then, does that mean that they have bone constructs? And if then I have so many questions then if that's the case. Like, how does gem anatomy work? Are they all light, or is there matter to it? Do they have organs? Do they have like do they have muscles? Because otherwise the massage isn't gonna help anything. I'm very confused. How does gem anatomy work? Okay, so Steven said that they were bubbled just because they looked like rose quartz. So do they heal or not? Do they have healing powers? Because if not, then the diamonds are just racist, I guess. Because they just locked up a bunch of other rose quartzes because one went rogue. Then by that logic, they just need to bubble all of their soldiers of gem types that went rogue. Bubble all the bismuths, bubble all the pearls, bubble all of the I don't know, just bubble all of them. Because one of them went rogue, so we gotta bubble them all. Why are the characters in this show so stupid? This episode was just extremely awkward and raises so many questions that are getting no answers. Jeez, this episode was painful to sit through. You! Stop leaving! Please, you're the only joy I have in this show! Also, I know others have brought it up, but I figured I might as well bring it up too. Because that treasure chest in Lion's Mane, that was sort of just a mystery that's been there for a long time. And it's never been... apparently it's been opened off screen. And we just never addressed it. Alright, just leave another plot point hanging wide open in the air, why don't you? Just leave another plot point unresolved, or resolve it off screen, or just forget about it. Right? Right. On to Steven Universe Future Episode 4, Volleyball. Okay, what are the rules of these new powers that Steven has where he turns into this new, like, pink Hulk form or whatever this is? What are the rules of this? How does it activate? Like, what triggers this? Is it stress? Is that what it is? Is it anxiety? Is it thinking about his mother? Is it anger? What is it? I honestly don't understand what the rules of these powers are supposed to be, because they just seem to happen whenever the plot wants them to happen. And sometimes they do crazy things like slow time to a crawl or create shock waves through the air, but other times it's just there. Like, what is this power? How does it work? Why is it happening now? Yet another example of a pearl that was programmed to love her mistress and follow her every whim. Just another example of a pearl that was hopelessly in love with Pink Diamond and was programmed to be that way and still can't get over being in love with her like that. And then Pearl is over here like, someone still got it bad. That's because you're programmed and you have no room to talk. You haven't gotten over her either. You literally had an entire musical number about how you didn't get over it. Hey. Not only is Volleyball a stupid nickname for Pink Pearl, but it's also a nickname that Steven just came up with on the fly. It's not something meaningful or anything. It's just something that just happened to hit him in the head a second ago, so he decided to call her that. Alright, sure, why not? Seriously, what triggers this power? I don't get it! The idea of gems' physical forms maintaining damage when it's sort of a psychological aspect where their physical forms are damaged when the damage dealt was something so significant that the repercussions of it stay there. Like, this is actually an interesting concept. Would have been nice if we did a bit more with it, but I guess this is where it's gonna live and where it's gonna die in one episode. Good fun. And Pearl mentions here again that Pink was a healer, and this was apparently a known fact. Did the Diamonds know about this? Can other rose quartzes heal or not? Please answer this question. Other people have brought this up, but I'm going to bring it up too. Steven here is such a jackass that he shouts at a victim of abuse. Like, I don't want to hear about the pain that you've been through. Like, what the hell, Steven? What is your problem? And also, this crazy new power that Steven has, where he basically has, like, Pink's power to yell and crack walls, which is what's, like, giving Volleyball, I guess, kind of a panic attack right here. Pearl doesn't discuss this with him. She doesn't ask him about it. She doesn't say anything to him about it. They don't talk about it. Because, like, 4 episodes later, Pearl asks him about it again, and they still don't discuss it. Like Pearl. He's clearly not okay, and he's clearly exhibiting even more new powers. Do something about it! And there you have it, an episode about 2 robot slaves to this mistress who was very emotionally manipulative and abusive towards the both of them and didn't face any repercussions for these actions because they are programmed to love her no matter what she does to them, so they continue to make excuses for her even after she's dead. Why is this show like this? Why? Why would they just spend all this time spending the first 5 seasons telling us that Rose Quartz was a saint, only to turn around in Steven Universe Future and say, nah, she was actually one of the worst people to ever live. I hate this show so much. And that does it for Steven Universe Future episodes 3 and 4. Thank you, everybody, as usual, so much for watching. It means so much to me to get the support from you guys for this series, honestly. And I hope that I can keep supplying you guys with content that you will all enjoy. It really does mean the world to me to know that there are people out there that do enjoy this, just me getting angry at this cartoon, honestly. It means a lot. And thank you all again so much for watching, and tune in next week where I'll cover episodes 5 and 6. Thank you everybody once more for watching, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.